Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be going over my May TBR. And this is going to be different from past TBR videos because I won't be doing a TBR game. Everything on my TBR I have chosen. And I don't think I'll be doing that. I'm not gonna continue doing that. I want to go back to doing my game. I'm just not gonna have time to do that this week, and I want to get my May TBR going. So we're just going to be listing things off this time. Like I did last month, I am going to be rolling in 4 books from my 2025 priority reads list. So 3 of those are going to remain the same as April. There's really no reason for me to switch them out because all of the books on this list have equal priority for me. So the books, those 4 books are Nightbane, which is the sequel to Lightlark, Harriet Hall and the Miracle Cure, and that one's small, so hopefully it won't, I can get through that one quick, hopefully. An Offer from a Gentleman, which is the 3rd book in the Bridgerton series, which is actually Benedict's story, and that's the next season that they're going to be coming out with. So I really want to read this because I want to be able to read the books before I watch the show. So I really need to get to that. And then the 4th one is Apprentice to the Villain. So this is a sequel as well to Assistant to the Villain, and I really liked that. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was really cute. So I definitely want to read the 2nd one, especially like before I forget anything about it. So that's going on there too. And then I have, I guess calling it an automatic roll-in is kind of pointless for this month because they're all, I'm choosing all of them instead of randomizing them, but whatever. This, if it were any other month, would be an automatic roll-in because I've already started it. So I'm just going to roll it in and try and finish it. Well, definitely finish it in May. And that is Dating and Dismemberment, which is a monster rom-com. And it's all right so far. I'd say I'm about a third of the way through. At this point, it's about it's about a 3-star read right now. I'm hoping it can redeem itself a little bit. If it ends up just being a 3-star, that's not bad either. It just is what it is. Usually with these like cutesy rom-com books, I don't usually give them more than 3 stars. It's just not typically my thing. I do like this concept, and I feel like for me personally, it's just falling just a teensy bit short of what I feel like its potential is, which is why it's a 3-star so far. But it could get better, who knows. I do think it's kind of funny though that there's a point in here where they talk about like monsters in like monster movies and slasher movies from like the early 2000s, and the kind of like rules that are in those movies where like, oh, don't do this in the movie because if you do, then you're gonna die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right? You guys know what I mean. And they talk about it from the perspective of the monsters as if they really existed, and why they went after those particular types of people. I just thought that that was really interesting how he wove that into there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see about this one. Not super sure, but I don't think it's going to be a total flop. Okay, now the books that are going to be in like my core TBR. It's all in the same TBR, but I don't really know what to call it. A lot of these are going to be rollovers from April. I did kind of go through all of the ones that I had in my core TBR for April and picked out the ones that I was still either the most interested in reading or figured like they're standalones. So once I finish them, I'm not going to feel like any kind of obligation to read the next book in the series or whatever. Anyway. Not all of them are like that, just some of them. This one is The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. I always forget to say the author names. This one is... It's like Greek gods are real and they like dominate certain cities across the world, and the main character lives, I think, in San Francisco, I think. And that's like Zeus's domain. But she's part of like some secret crime syndicate or secret society or something. I don't know. And then they have like games where the gods pick champions for themselves and Hades chooses her. I don't really know. I don't really know. Something about that. She's gonna have to fight for Hades. I don't know. I think the cover is really pretty. But I haven't heard like the best reviews of this book. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm pretty sure this is a standalone. So we got that. We have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is a duology. The second book is already out. Mostly I want to read this because I want to see whether or not I like it enough to get the second book, or if I can kind of just like throw that out of my mind. Because every time I go to the bookstore, I see the second book and I'm like, oh, I need to read the first book because I need to know whether or not it sits on like a shelf on my brain. And every time I go into the bookstore, it's just like taking up space. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's taking up space and I need to know whether or not I can mentally throw it away. So I need to read this. I also haven't heard the greatest reviews of this either. I feel like there's not a lot of like in between reviews. There's either people heavily critiquing the magic system and saying it doesn't really make a lot of sense and that there's a lot of like plot holes and stuff, or the people are saying like, or there's people saying they love it, that it's like 5 stars. So I don't know. I feel like that probably means I'm not going to be a big fan of it. But we'll see. I need to read it so that I know. This one I believe is a standalone, and this is Immortal by Sulan Tan. I don't really know what this is about. I think my husband picked this out for me because I was absolutely obsessed with A Song to Drown Rivers, which is like a Chinese, what's the word? Legend? Chinese legend reimagining? I don't know. I think it's based off of a Chinese legend. But it was really good. And so he picked this out for me. I don't actually know what this is about. She wrote The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I have seen that book too. Okay, girl ascends to the throne. Okay, they have obligations to immortals, which, I mean, the book is called Immortal. I don't know. There's a god of war. They're drawn together. Treacherous attraction. Ooh. I guess we'll see. The cover's really pretty. I really like the cover. You can't even see because it's so shiny. There's so much glare. But it's a beautiful cover. So I am excited to read that. Next is Phantasma. Ooh, oh my god, I spooked myself. Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. And I want to read this because I just bought the second one. You guys, I need to stop that. I need to really stop that, but I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't, because I have heard literally nothing but good reviews for this book. So I am super excited. I don't even remember what this is about. I just know I want to read it really bad. Phantasma only has 2 rules: stay alive and don't fall in love. I think this is like a games or trials type situation. Yeah. I think it's gonna be like spooky dark romance. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, I did just buy the second one, so that's got to be a priority because I can't keep doing that. I can't keep doing that. This next one I believe is a standalone, so I picked this one because it was skinny. I'm not gonna lie, I picked it because it was skinny. And I picked six books because normally I would do 5 rolls and then I would do a 6th roll for my like punishment for not meeting my goal on my TBR the month before, and I didn't meet my goal in April. And since I'm not doing a game this time, I figured I'd just pick 6 books, so that'd be like 5 rolls plus a 6th one. You know what I mean? So I picked this because it was skinny and a standalone, honestly. I mean, it is on my seasonal TBR for a reason. I do want to read it, but that's why I picked it for this month. So this is Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. And not gonna lie, I also don't remember what this one's about. But that's how I prefer it. I feel like I'm the like worst person to come to if I haven't read a book yet to ask me like, what is a book about? Because I don't know. I don't know. If you give me the basic vibe of a book, I'll tell you whether or not I think I'll like it, and then I'll read it. I don't want to know too much because I feel like I have more success in enjoying a book if I go into it with as little expectation as possible. Like, I almost want to know nothing. I want to almost know nothing. Right? Like, that's my ideal. Because I don't want my brain to start like forming opinions about a book before I read it. Does that make sense? Because I feel like I am in danger of doing that sometimes. It's about a spooky house. That's all I know. Oh, she like agrees to be, I think, either the caretaker or like the housekeeper at this house that like nobody will go into. And I don't know. We'll see. And then the last book on my TBR is Divine Rivals, and I picked this because it is kind of skinny, and this is also a duology that I have the second book to already. So, you know what I mean? I need to read it. Also, it's only a duology, so if I read this and then I read the second one, then it's out of the way and I don't have to worry about being in the middle of a series. So I think I'll be able to get through this one pretty quickly. The margins are kind of big, so I don't think it'll take me too long to get through that. So, and I'm hoping that the first like week or so of May, I will have more reading time than usual. So I'm hopeful, but there's a lot of books on this TBR. Let's go ahead and count them. Also, if you don't know what Divine Rivals is about, I don't know where you've been because even I remember what it's about. So that means you should know. Just kidding. It's about like a magical typewriter, and there's 2 people like conversing back and forth in 2 different countries on this magical typewriter. And then there's something about like gods and a war. It's like World War II-esque, I think. I mean, that's really all I know. But that's more than I remember about a lot of books. So I feel like once I've read the book, I remember the book for like years and years. But if you tell me a synopsis, I'll forget it in 2 days. Probably 2 hours, honestly. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I need 5.5 points in order to not do a punishment roll in June. I don't think that'll be too hard. I definitely could do that because I get 1 point for each book that I read on my TBR and then half a point for anything that I read that's not on it. And I don't have anything that I'm currently aware of that's not on my TBR that I plan on reading. So I just need to read 6 books. Hopefully I read more than that, honestly. If I could read more than that, that'd be great. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that is it for my May TBR. I know it's not as exciting as previous months because like the whole game of it is super fun, but this is what I have time for this month. So I'm excited about all of these books. Can't wait to read them. So if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you've read any of these books and you have thoughts on them, feel free to leave non-spoilery thoughts down below. Yeah, if any of these books you haven't read but you're particularly interested in my thoughts on them, let me know and I can try to prioritize them. But yeah. Otherwise, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a great day and I will see you guys next time.